There, so today we have another review, and this is one that I don't think we ever would have expected. This is Schlenkerla. So Schlenkerla, as you know, is in Bamberg. They make the awesome Lagerbiers that you get in the US, some of the most amazing beers that you can get from Germany in the US. But this is actually imported by Be United, so that's why we actually see a can. Otherwise, it'd be in those 500 milliliter bottles, which you'd expect from a German brewery. And actually, how Be United, which is a distributor in Oxford, Connecticut, they're related to OEC. They actually bring the beer over from Germany. Apparently looks huge, a huge tank of beer. So fresh beer, instead of putting it in kegs or package, which could mean beer has issues of transportation, not being fresh. Fresh beer, big tank, and then you send it all the way from Germany to Connecticut, and then they can it. So that's how they keep the beer nice and fresh. This is their Helles. So very interesting beer because it is a Helles, so it's a pale lager, but it's smoky too. And I actually don't understand how the process quite works, because apparently with this beer they don't use smoked malt, but it's actually not. Oh yeah, there it is. It's smoky on the nose, which is confusing. So apparently they use the same equipment and then the same yeast, but then, like, how does the yeast end up transferring that profile to the beer? Like, I don't know. I'm not quite sure how it works, because, like, logically it doesn't quite make sense to me that they don't use smoked malt in here, but that's what it is, and maybe I should do a little bit more research into that. If you guys know anything, please post in the comments below, because I don't quite understand how they can just, like, use a specific yeast and, like, boom, you get all these smoky phenols in there. If that was the case, then you could just smoke any beer without using smoked malt and just use specific yeast. I don't know. So anyway, the beer comes in a, oh, it's unfiltered, beautiful. Beer comes in a light gold color to straw, medium to medium minus haze on there, eggshell white head, but beautiful, slight little haze to it, yeah. Yeah, that's smoky for sure. I get the Helles underneath it. It has that little bit of light, sweet white breadiness coming through, a little bit of crackery quality. But then there is that smoked element. It's a little bit like the outer shell of a freshly smoked ham. Outer skin. Yeah, it's got that hamminess to it. Cheers. So, unlike some of the other Schlenkerla beers, which can be very dense and smoky, this is very understated. So it depends on what people's palates are looking for. I've been on, or I've done brewery tours where I actually had a bunch of people try smoked beer and they actually hated it, and some people ended up liking it. This one's nice. It's actually not that campfire-y on the nose. On the palate, it has classic Helles quality. A little bit of the breadiness coming in, some of that grass, but it's not really a pill, so it doesn't really pop and spike with too much cutting it. As I wait more, there's actually a little bit more hop residual bitterness on the back end, so it actually plays a little bit more towards that Pils or German Pils quality to it. And then the smoke is just like lingering on the palate. Sorry, resonating. Yeah, because it has that sweet. What do I call it? It's a little bit like green tea sweetness with the touch of honey in it, and that grainy barley quality. So again, it just sends me back to Helles, classic German brewing, either Pilsner or Helles. And then the smoke is, sprinkled in there, maybe like 20-30% of it, sort of. If you had to go all the way, it would be 100. Just sprinkled a little bit in there. It's slightly burnt, but then also has a little bit of that just meaty quality. There's a wide range of kind of smoke you can play with on a beer. This one, yeah, it's a little bit like smoked ham. It's not quite bacon fat to me, not quite like big punch of like burning wood fire. Just a little bit of resonating smoke, and then there's a beautiful underneath beer in there. Yeah, this is fun. I mean, if you're okay with smoke, I highly recommend this, because it is still a beer that you can very much drink and not really think about the smoke, and then just have it sort of whisper around on the palate. But then if you are a little less tolerant to it, then I highly recommend this one as well, because it's actually not that dominant. This would be a fun beer for food, sort of what you'd classically pair with a Helles. Maybe something like, oh man, I can't imagine, I'm in the mood for it right now, but I'm in a Jewish town. We have everything bagel, lox and cream cheese. That would be killer on this. Get the bread and the bread of the Helles on the bagel, and then that smoke sort of playing with that lox. That'd be fun. But also just other breakfast options I imagine as well. Like something just like throw in some smoke somewhere. You know, I'm thinking something like a lightly smoked ham that's not really too smoky, and then you throw this on that. I'm thinking maybe like hollandaise or something. Eggs could play with this. I don't know. It's versatile, and just like think of somewhere where some kind of salad would be fun with this one too. Just throw smoke in there. Depending on some vegetables you could use, maybe something like beetroot would play well with smoke or something like that. I don't know. I'm just like thinking around. Again, Schlenkerla, fun beer, great pairing beer. So let me know what you guys think about this one. Absolutely fantastic. Until next time, guys. Cheers. As for rating, I love it. This is my kind of beer. Let's go with a 94 on this one. Schlenkerla Helles Lagerbier. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Later.